Welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. It's the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast.
It is indeed. Welcome aboard, everybody.
It's another week of fun frolics and
Sweaty.
bollocks.
I wasn't going to say it. I was going to leave that to the imagination, but it's warm again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fine. Look, it's the global warming. We're all going to just die in a pool of sweat in a few years, probably.
In a few days, by the sounds of it. It's going to be warm on Tuesday.
But, before all that, you need to get your Netflix and streaming and movie news. And
if it's going to be too hot to go outside, you might as well sit inside and watch Netflix.
Sure, why not?
Why not? And listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yeah.
Good. Been up to much?
I have been putting some tents up before I came here.
Nice.
Out in the sunshine. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Is that a euphemism?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that in aid of?
Just practicing.
Just practicing putting tents up.
Yeah.
Cool. You never know when it's going to be a skill that you need, do you?
Well, you don't want to get caught out if you've got to put a tent up in the rain, do you?
No, not be able to.
And you're like, I've never put this one up before, and now I'm wet.
Yeah, nightmare. You don't want to be wet in the rain.
So that was a good hour or so before
Cool.
I came over here. How about you? What have you been up to?
Not a lot. Not a lot at all. I've had quite a stressful week, but I can't really tell you why.
Right.
This is one of those weeks where everything just seems to be working against me in life.
Okay.
But we're here now, and we're going to talk some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And we've watched some really interesting film this week.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that, and then we'll carry on.
Come back here on Thursday for our usual movie episode, because we are talking about is this a Norwegian-Swedish co-production?
It's a Norwegian film, but it's classed as Norwegian-Swedish.
Okay. And it's called The Trip.
It is.
Well, in English.
It's called Ayonde Deiga in Norwegian.
Which means In Bad Times.
In Bad Days, I think.
Which I thought was a better title.
Yeah, probably is. The Trip makes no sense whatsoever.
And it's directed by Tommy Wirkola.
Yep.
Who we've watched one of his films before on this show.
Yeah, we have.
What Happened to Monday?
It did quite well in season 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is a wild card choice from one of our patrons, Sam Mulholland, who historically
picks well.
Yeah.
He has. Has he won the last 2?
He has.
So interesting times for Sam.
Yeah.
He's on tender hooks all week, I bet.
Is it tender or tenter?
I think it's tenter. That doesn't feel right, but I think it is tender. Tenter. He's on some sort of hook.
Yeah.
So we're keeping him on the hook till Thursday.
And come back and see what we thought.
Yeah. What about last week's film? What did we think of that?
Last week's film, we thought it was weird.
It was weird.
It was body cam.
It was body cam.
It was trying to do a lot, wasn't it?
It was trying to do too much, and it sort of let itself down.
The horror film / social commentary.
Yep. / cop thriller.
Did a little bit of. It did all right at all of it, and then not very good as some of its parts.
I think that's a very good way to describe body cam.
Having said that, it is a commentary on the quality of the movies we've seen this season. That it is currently 3rd place.
Yeah.
Out of our what we've seen now, 10 movies.
10, yeah. How are we nearly halfway through another season? It's madness, isn't it?
It's how time works.
It's just crazy how time works.
So yeah, back here Thursday.
Yeah, come back Thursday. The Trip's going to be an interesting episode.
Let's see if it can.
I still don't really know what I thought of it, so it's going to be interesting.
Top the table, or
Let's see if he can knock. Ross is currently at number 1, so see who can get to the top of the stream table.
Indeed.
Want to do some Netflix news?
Do you know what? There's some good bits of news this week.
Is there?
Some interesting goings.
Excellent.
And we are going to start, as usual, with our Netflix news. And news, in fact, that Netflix has teamed up with a young, up-and-coming software company.
Okay.
To help launch its cheaper subscription plan, including adverts.
Yep.
That company is going into partnership. Is Microsoft.
Just a small little software company.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Microsoft is going to help support them with that ad process. Greg Peters, who is Netflix's chief operating officer, says Microsoft has the proven ability to support all of our advertising needs as we work together to build a new ad-supported offering. More importantly, Microsoft offered flexibility to innovate over time on both the technology and sales side, as well as strong privacy protection for our members. So there you go.
Interesting.
Does that mean Netflix have suddenly got a heads up on Disney and all these others that are... Is it a race? Who's going to be the first out of the blocks with their advert tier?
Yeah. I guess it is. Yeah, does it matter?
See what happens. I mean, this seems to be moving fairly fast.
Yeah,
doesn't
it does. It was only like rumoured a few weeks ago, wasn't it? Now all
Yeah.
of a sudden it's happening.
I think Disney have said in the States they're aiming for the end of this year.
Okay.
And then into 2023 for the international version. So,
Got you.
because I bet it gets really complicated with
Yeah.
contracts over
Yeah, it'd be all over
different
the place,
countries.
wouldn't it?
And,
Yeah. It's not an easy thing to introduce, I wouldn't have thought.
yeah.
Cool.
So also, do you think Bill Gates,
Yep.
he's never had like a reality show done about him, has he?
No, there was that documentary about him a few years ago. That's
Okay.
on Netflix.
Okay.
Is it called In Bill's Brain or
Right.
something like that?
Okay.
But no, he's never had like a reality show.
Well, you can have that idea for free if you want Netflix. Sure, you can make it happen. Okay, next bit of news is that Netflix has officially announced that they are bringing back Tudum. Now, this is not the failed website / multimedia channel
Yep.
that was going to be the hub for all behind-the-scenes featurettes, interviews,
Yeah.
and live news, that sort of
Yeah, that kind of disappeared a few months ago,
yeah,
didn't it?
and they sacked everyone who was working on that. This is the global fan event.
Yeah.
So we had this last year. It's basically Netflix's Comic-Con, isn't
Yeah,
it?
they do a couple, don't they? They do
Yeah.
Geeks Week, and now Tudum's becoming a big one.
Tudum 2 will stream on YouTube on September the 24th.
I feel like they've missed a trick by not calling it Tudum. I don't understand why they put it on YouTube either.
Me neither, I knew you were
It
gonna say
just doesn't.
You've got
It blows my mind.
Just put it on a live stream on your channel.
On your own service.
On your homepage.
Yeah.
Why not? What
Why-
have you got
you've
to
got a
lose?
captive audience of people who pay for your service,
Yeah.
who are interested in everything that you're going to show, and you're going to put it on YouTube.
Exactly.
It makes zero sense to me.
Even smarter than that, what you could do, because Netflix has said that the way they're running it this year is that they will divide the day by region.
Okay.
So they're going to go Korea, India, the United States, Europe, Latin America, and Japan.
Right.
So you're going to get a section for productions from each of those areas.
Right.
So you could even just have your area screen on
Yeah.
in your country.
It boggles my mind. I just don't get the thing. It's got to be something to do with money, hasn't it? But it blows my mind.
Netflix is saying that the event this year will cover more than 100 movies and series.
Wow.
So yeah, 24th of September. Mark your calendars.
Get it in the diary to get yourself on YouTube.
Get yourself on YouTube.
We'll be doing it. We'll obviously have all the news the following week.
Sure.
We'll do a Tudum special if there's
I
need be.
might not cover all 100,
No. We could always do a Tudum special if anything interesting happens.
but who knows?
Maybe we could do one of those live reaction videos that the
Oh,
people
yeah,
do on
sure.
YouTube.
Sure, why not? We'll do one of them. I'm up for that.
Yeah, let's do it.
An update on some news from, I think it was last week.
Yeah,
Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. When we reported that Hugh Grant was going to go and play Zeus
Yep.
in Netflix's new Greek mythology comedy series Chaos. Well, he's out.
Is that already?
Yeah.
Wow, he didn't last long.
He's had to pull out over his availability, which you think maybe they would have
Checked before he signed on?
dotted the I's on that one before he signed up. Hugh Grant is now no longer playing Zeus, and he has been replaced by Jeff Goldblum.
Okay.
I feel like that might be an upgrade.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's my gut reaction.
It feels more Zeusy.
Yeah. If they are going with that sort of comedy thing, I feel like he can be a bit weirder as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Goldblum has joined the cast, which now includes him, Janet McTeer, Cliff Curtis, David Thewlis, Killian Scott, Aurora Perrineau, Mizia Butler, Layla Farzad, Niban Rizwan, Raki Ayola, and Stanley Townsend. Filming is starting this summer.
Excellent. Good work on all of those names as well, because there were some tough ones in there.
Thanks.
You didn't falter once. I was impressed.
Pretty practiced at this podcast.
Been doing it a while now.
And I've been reading for probably about 36 years.
That's true. Yeah, but I struggle. I've been doing podcasting and reading as well.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum as
He's
Zeus.
on board.
Why not? Let's hope he doesn't look as
I should have made them fight it out.
chunky as Russell Crowe does in the new 4 film.
Who will be a better Zeus, Goldblum or Crowe?
Goldblum?
Okay. I feel like you might have more to say on this later.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. In sort of file this piece of news in, I can't quite believe this hasn't happened before.
Okay.
But David Beckham is getting a Netflix documentary.
Oh, yeah.
About
Why
his
has that not
life.
happened
So
before?
it's not. I thought, reality, but no. Actually, I think having read into this a little bit more, it's a proper documentary.
Okay, so it's not like following him around for a bit. It's
The
story of David
It is
Beckham.
going to follow his life from beginning to
okay.
now. I nearly said end then, but
He's
don't
only
think
like
they're
5
gonna
years
do
older than us.
The series is set to follow David's life and football career, starting with his humble childhood in East London, continuing on his rise to stardom and becoming one of the most recognisable footballers of his generation. In a joint post with Netflix, Beckham wrote, "I'm excited to confirm that I'm partnering with Netflix on a documentary series about my life and career. The series will feature unseen archive, untold stories, as well as interviews with people who have been part of my journey."
Cool. That actually could be quite interesting.
Yeah.
He had an interesting career, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Certainly. And how famous he was at the
Yeah.
height of his fame.
And remember how hated he was at
Crazy.
one point as well?
Oh, yeah,
It's
he
like-
went through the ringer, didn't he?
He really did. He went from the most hated man in the world to the most loved footballer of all time, probably.
Yeah.
And he's stupidly good looking. How can somebody at 47 be that good looking?
Better with age.
Yeah, he has. But he's always got better with age for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
He's always been good looking. But he just keeps getting more good looking. It's sickening, really. I don't know who he thinks he is. I'm not watching it.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch it too, to be fair. Next.
This is an interesting one.
Okay.
So, Love is Blind. That's a pretty big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, massive deal.
On Netflix.
One of the
I've
biggest.
never watched it.
I haven't either. It's not for me.
But Netflix is being sued by a contestant from the second season of the show.
Okay.
He's charging them with a string of labour violations, including, and I quote, fostering inhumane working conditions and paying cast members less than minimum wage.
Wow.
The lawsuit is being filed by Jeremy Hartwell and is alleging that the Love is Blind producers plied the cast with alcohol and deprived them of food and water.
Blimey.
And also paid them rates below Los Angeles County's minimum wage. Yeah.
Which one is Love is Blind? Is that the one where they're in separate rooms and they don't know each other?
Yeah, I think so.
So they actually live in a place, don't they?
Yeah, I believe so. Mr. Hartwell's involvement in season 2 of Love is Blind lasted less than 1 week. His journey ended after he failed to develop a significant connection with any other participant.
Okay. So
Kinetic Productions said, "We will not speculate as to his motives for filing the lawsuit, but there is no merit to the allegations and we will vigorously defend against his claims." Hartwell says he spent several days recovering from the effects of sleep deprivation, lack of access to food and water, and copious amounts of alcohol that he was provided.
okay.
That's
yeah, I'm
crazy.
confused by this one.
Yeah, let's see how that one
Yeah, we'll
plays
follow
out.
that, see how that pans out, but I don't see him getting very far with that.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't have thought in all these years of reality TV that, all these shy retiring people who decide to have a go at these shows
Yeah.
need to be plied with alcohol and no water to like come out of their shells.
No, you wouldn't.
Really, but well, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't see him getting very far with that.
Yeah.
If we get any more news on it, we'll keep you informed.
Yeah, might be one we'll come back to. This week, in fact, just a couple of days ago, the trailer for a new Netflix movie has arrived. It is Day Shift. It stars Jamie Foxx and the legendary Snoop Dogg.
Yes, I'd agree with that. Absolute legend.
Go watch this trailer. It's mental.
Oh, really? I've not seen it yet.
We'll watch it after.
Okay.
It's Jamie Foxx plays Bud Jablonski, a man who uses the cover of working as a pool cleaner for his actual income, which is hunting vampires. But when a series of problematic kills sees him drummed out of the International Union of Vampire Hunters, Bud must get back in or he will lose his main source of income and see his wife and daughter move to Florida.
Oh, nobody wants that.
Basically, it is the same producers' creative team that worked on the John Wick movies.
Okay.
The director of this movie is J.J. Perry. He was a stuntman and second unit director on previous John Wick movies.
Right.
Which is I thought was quite interesting because we have seen a few movies on this show where people have taken that career path.
Yeah. Second unit director and then move stuntman, second unit
Yeah.
director, full on director.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. It's happened more than once.
I hope that Day Shift is better than some of those movies that we see.
Me too.
It was set up the other week. That was a guy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was a
with the same
very
sort of
famous
trajectory,
stuntman,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was a bloody awful film. This looks like a lot of fun.
It does look like a lot of fun. I'm
check
looking
out the
forward
trailer.
to that.
August the 12th. I think.
It's not even that long away.
So about a month. Fresh off Stranger Things 4.
Yep.
And well, even though they probably filmed that about 3 years ago, so maybe not that fresh. Finn Wolfhard.
Yep, we love Finn.
Is making his directorial debut.
Okay, interesting.
And also his writing debut, because he is co-writing and co-directing a horror comedy called Hell of a Summer with another actor turned filmmaker, Billy Brick.
Billy Brick.
Yeah.
Great name.
They will both act in it.
So they're both written it, they're both directing it, and they're both acting
Correct.
it. Okay.
Story details are being kept quiet for now. But Wolfhard said, I am so excited to be co-directing my first feature film. I get the chance to work with an incredible cast and crew and to work with a company like 30 West and Aggregate. Yeah, you have to say that. They're giving you the job.
Of course you do,
yeah. The next thing you'll hear him in is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Yes.
He has a voice role in that.
He does indeed.
But yeah, moving behind the camera.
Not bad at 19, is it?
Tall cameras. Tall little boy.
He's a tall, lanky boy.
Yeah.
It looks like Tim Burton's drawn him into existence, I always think.
It does a little bit.
Yeah.
He really reminds me of a lad I went to school with.
Really?
Like, just, yeah.
Can you say the name? Do I know them?
No, it was before I knew you.
Before my time.
Primary school. It just looks like that lad grown up.
Maybe it is.
The
numbers don't work. He would have been. Maybe it's his son.
Maybe. But yeah, good.
Good for him. I've got a lot of time for Finn. I think he seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been great in everything I've seen him in. He's a busy boy. He's got the new Ghostbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
Working on as well. He's in that, isn't he? Lot going on. Good for him.
So make the most of it while you're on top.
Absolutely.
That's what she said. Okay. Ryan Gosling.
Yep, my brother.
Moving away from Netflix news.
Yep.
Not only is he obviously playing Ken in the upcoming Barbie movie.
The more I say about that movie, the more I want to watch it.
I don't think we've talked about on this show the picture.
No, we haven't, I don't think.
That has been released of Ryan Gosling playing Ken.
No.
I already wanted to see this movie.
Yeah.
But, my God, I want to see that movie now.
Everything about it just makes it seem, and it shouldn't do.
Yeah.
But everything about it makes me want to watch it more. It just looks so much fun.
Well, he was on Joshua Horowitz's Happy, Sad, Confused podcast this week. And it's a bit of a Marvel good news, bad news.
Okay.
Or bad news, good news. He shot down rumours that he's connected to the Nova project.
Right.
that Marvel has apparently in development from the Moon Knight.
So he's not involved in that.
But said he would be interested in another Marvel role.
Okay.
And it's stepping into none other than Nicolas Cage's footsteps.
Oh, really?
Because he said he quite fancies Johnny Blaze.
The Ghost Rider himself?
Yeah.
I could see that. I wouldn't be against that.
No, I don't think I would. I don't know if there's any plans to bring that character back.
I wouldn't have thought so.
This is Ryan Gosling's one-man effort to... Guys, you can have me. Just make that move.
You can have me, but only if you set my head on fire.
So, yeah. I mean,
why not?
I don't know if that's... is that the tail wagging the dog there? I don't know.
Maybe. Marvel seem to just be throwing all the shit at the wall at the minute to see what sticks. So why not?
Exactly.
Good for him. If you can't get a job, go out and pitch yourself one.
I wouldn't imagine he's like in a drought. But,
well, no, he's filming the Barbie.
If you're at that level, you can go, well, actually, I'd quite fancy doing that. So
come at me.
Just putting it out there. Yeah.
Give me a call, Kev.
Put it out there into the world. We talked a few weeks ago about a sci-fi movie called Project Artemis.
Yeah, we did.
Which is
Probably about a month ago now.
which Apple TV had won the bidding war for.
Yes, yeah.
And it was going to star Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Jason Bateman was going to direct and star.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, it's all changed.
Okay.
Bateman's out.
Bateman's out.
Yeah.
Right.
He's left over creative differences.
Oh, that's never good.
That's led to Chris Evans jumping ship.
Evans is out as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said that he's got other commitments and couldn't commit to the delayed shooting schedule.
Because they had to delay it because Bateman was out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got a couple of replacements.
Okay. So Johansson's staying. Yeah, it appears.
Currently,
Okay.
Chris Evans has been replaced by Channing Tatum.
Yeah, straight swap.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. And Jason Bateman has been replaced by Greg Berlanti.
That's an interesting one, isn't it?
Who will direct? He directed Love, Simon.
Yes, he did. He's also does a lot of TV, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a producer on about 1 million TV.
Yeah,
shows.
his name. Every TV show you watch, his name will be in the credits. It's just one of those names that you see everywhere. Love, Simon's a great film. I say it every week. That seems to come up on this show every week, and I would always rave about that good film.
There is no definitive plot details other than it is believed the movie revolves around the space race and moon landing in the 1960s.
Okay, sounds fun.
Yeah,
why not?
So
I'm not a big Tatum fan.
All change,
but then I'm not a big Chris Evans fan either. So swings and roundabouts.
But Evans can do a good performance.
Yeah.
Can Channing Tatum?
I don't know. He's never done anything that's really like...
I think I've seen him and I've enjoyed him.
Yeah.
And he's been good in stuff. But it's stupid stuff.
Yeah, it's all stupid stuff. It's not serious acting, is it?
Yeah.
He did that wrestling one. What was that called? With Steve Carell.
Oh, Foxcatcher.
Yeah, that was quite good.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
It was quite boring though.
Yeah, it was quite boring. But it was serious. That was the only thing I could think serious acting was.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, so, that's all changed. There you go. Last piece of news, which I'm sure you may be happy. We talked a few weeks ago about a bit of a exodus from Scream 6.
We did, yeah. With,
including Neve Campbell.
Yes.
Well, the movie's already started shooting.
Has it really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's coming out in March 2023.
That's a quick turnaround.
It is a quick turnaround. And even though it's already started shooting, we're still adding cast members because this week, Samara Weaving, formerly of this parish, and
very much of this parish,
Tony Revolori have joined the cast.
Both of them seem like very much people who would be in a Scream film.
They do, don't they?
They just do.
It's absolutely, it's Samara Weaving's wheelhouse, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. She's like the Scream queen these days, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's the new horror icon. After the babysitter and the babysitter.
And Tony Revolori is usually good. I mean, he's brilliant in the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah.
He's good in Spider-Man.
Yeah, he has little cameos in Spider-Man, doesn't he? He's good in them.
Courtney Cox has confirmed she will be back.
Okay.
As will Hayden Panettiere and also join the cast Dermot Mulroney, Jack Champion, Liana Liberato, Devin Nakoda and Josh Segarra. and it's the same guys who did Scream 5 or Scream, because it wasn't called Scream
It wasn't.
5. So why is this called Scream 6?
Fuck knows.
31st of March 2023. Quick turnaround.
This has been known as a reboot-quel, apparently.
That's not.
It's the sequel to a reboot. It's a reboot-quel. I don't know. I feel like Scream 6 is going to be a hot mess. And it just feels like they're just throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks with that as well. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from it. It doesn't feel right that Nev Campbell's not going to be in it. But if what's the name? Courtney Cox is staying.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Why not? I bet they're regretting doing what they did to David Arquette now, though. Is that all your news done?
That's all the news.
Excellent. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've watched a few things.
Okay.
Are they all good? I don't know if they're all good. I've watched something that was quite good, which has been on Netflix for ages, and we're just looking for what's a half an hour thing that's quite quick and you can start to get into.
Yeah.
Never Have I Ever.
Okay.
It's quite good. It's like a Mindy Kaling sitcom.
Right.
I think it's partially autobiographical.
Okay.
And it's about a group of teenage girls growing up at high school. The lead character is like of Indian descent, so she's struggling to fit in. It's quite funny. It's narrated by John McEnroe.
The tennis player?
The tennis player. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's random.
And it's got a few cameos appearances pop up. Andy Samberg pops up at some point. There's a few more in there. It's fun actually. Quite enjoyed it.
Oh, good.
I think there's like 2 series on there. I don't know if it's like ever coming back or how well it's done. Cause I've kind of seen it on Netflix.
Yeah, it's one of those that you've seen around but never thought about watching.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's been quite good.
Good.
And then just today, I've watched the first 2 episodes of Resident Evil.
Oh, is that out? I didn't know that was even out.
The TV
yet.
show.
And
Dropped today.
Did it? Okay.
I had a spare.
Went straight to it.
Well, I was on my own for doing a bit of work, and I put it on in the background.
Okay. Any good?
I
the one
enjoyed
with Lance Reddick in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't really have much history or knowledge about the games.
Yeah. Okay. So you're not.
So I don't know if it's faithful.
Yeah.
And I feel my gut reaction is if you're a big fan of the games, you might find it a bit slow and tame.
Okay.
But it's only 2 episodes out of 8 or 10.
Okay. Right. I'm not either. I'm not really deep in the lore. I've played a few of them, but
it's very character based.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And but I enjoyed what I saw.
There
were a couple of good action sequences, but nothing like, there weren't no faces melting off or anything.
Right. Okay. So. Sticking with it.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Keep us informed.
It's got a nice little gimmick. So it's 2 stories. One is a flashback of how these 2 of this young family move into Raccoon City.
Yeah.
And their dad, Lance Reddick, is high up in the Umbrella Corporation.
Right.
And then you've got the present day storyline where one of the sisters is, trying to stay alive in the post-apocalyptic world. So,
sounds good. Yeah. Sounds right on my street.
I mean, it couldn't be more different to the anime that was out
at
the end of last year. Put it that way. And it's a totally different vibe to the schlocky movies as well.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I'm sure you'll get to it at some point.
I will, yeah. I'll add it to the list, but the list gets longer every day.
It always does. I've also nearly finished it, which has taken ages, The Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
Stranger Things kind of came up in the middle. And, so we've just got 1 episode left.
Enjoying that?
Yeah, when it's a slow burn. When it's good, it's the court case scenes are pretty gripping. I've found.
That's another one that's on the list, but things keep jumping in front of it.
Yeah. I totally get it. Yeah.
Cool.
I think for us, it was just lucky that we'd kind of already started it when we were at a loose end one evening.
Yeah,
and
so you're kind of in there.
It's kind of jumped the queue a bit. So.
Good.
How about you?
I took up one of your recommendations.
Okay.
I watched The Pirate Gold of Adak Island.
Oh, did you?
I watched the whole series last weekend. I did it over 2 days.
What did you think?
Fucking brilliant. I really enjoyed it, actually.
It's fun.
It's exactly what you said it is. It is maybe not as realistic as they're making it out to be. and I think it's very well edited.
It's so slickly put together, isn't it?
Yeah, it's such an American show.
Yeah.
So at the end of every episode, they dig something up, and then they just leave you there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I've got to watch another one
The
now.
absolute dramatic music.
Yeah.
Even when they're just driving down the road, to be fair, it's
Yeah.
all the way through
It's so dramatic. But no, I'd highly recommend it for
How set up did you find that last scene where they
massively.
we just have to stop it here for the second
season. I thought the last two
Do you
episodes
think
were really exciting.
They were
They
exciting.
were really gripping, and you knew something was coming. And then when it gets to what
Do you think it was
comes-
all a setup?
Yeah. No,
Do you think the company set it up?
no. I genuinely think they did find something. Whether they found it on the last day and the last minute that they could search is another question, I guess. But no,
I'm literally against the fence where they can't
go any further. Yeah, we don't want to give any spoilers away, but it's fantastic. It's just really stupid, schlocky, stupid show. But
stupid,
what I
good
found,
shit TV.
What I found really funny as well is like the mayor is like, I've assembled this team of crack treasure hunters from all over the world.
Yeah.
But 3 of them used to live there.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
2 of them are just 2 like you say, inhabitants who've
the
just
island.
been knocking around.
And then the scientist woman, her granddad lived there or something as well. She's brilliant. I really like her. She's like
very enthusiastic,
very enthusiastic, very intelligent, and very when she's doing all the soil sampling and stuff.
It was
really
like an episode. It might have even been the first episode where the mayor's given the history of the island, because he's very straight laced, isn't
the mayor,
he?
yeah.
And like you're a bit like, oh, this guy's a bit fucking boring.
Yeah.
But then he's like, right, this is why I'm doing it. I want to restore some, pride to the town. If we find this loot, we can bring some money back to this place. I'm really passionate about this place. And I was like, okay, fine. And then he says, oh yeah, and I'm also one of the world's best bomb disposal experts, by the way.
Just coincidentally, on this island full of bombs, I'm a bomb disposal expert. So the idea is, as you mentioned last week, they know this gold's there.
Yeah.
There's 150 cans of gold.
Yeah.
And they know it's there, but they also know there's a shitload of unexploded Japanese bombs there.
Yeah.
So it's like, find the gold, but don't find the bombs.
The place is fascinating.
The place
isn't it?
is fascinating.
The absolute scale of the operation, the military operation that was on that island
insane.
Between the Second World War and all the way up to the late 90s.
To the point where they moved a hill.
Yeah.
Literally took a hill and moved it somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's just insane. But what I always find funny about Alaska is you always think of Alaska as this like beautiful place with loads of scenery. But it's actually quite drab. So every time you see Alaska
they were
on the
there
TV,
in the summer, though.
Yeah, they were.
They?
And
it's
but
all
then when
just
we watched
grassland
Alaska is a Drag,
yeah,
that was really like, there was not a lot there. And it made Alaska to be really drab and boring.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful, but not in the way you imagine it to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
So, but no, I'd highly recommend that. I thought for the 4 hours it's on or whatever, it's a very entertaining show.
Yeah.
And when they do find stuff, they do make it really interesting and exciting, and it's really tense. And then it turns out to just be a
the episode where
bit of old wood
where
or
they have to
something.
knock a whole house down just to get to.
Yeah, they find something. The metal detector goes off, and they have to knock a house down to get it out of the way. Well, the bit that made me laugh the most was like the metal detector's going wild. They dig it up, and it's a bit of wood.
Yeah.
I'm like, how's that metal detector gone off? That's weird. But no, it was fascinating. I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. I've also started season 2 of Only Murders in the Building.
Oh yeah,
Disney Plus.
I've watched the first 3 now.
I think I've done 3, 2 or 3.
I think this show, I kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
Every week, and then I go, oh, there's one of them to watch.
Yes, exactly right.
Every time I watch it, I love it. It's so good.
So heartwarming.
So well done.
It's something about it just ticks all the right boxes, doesn't it? It's just nice to watch.
We watched in this week's episode and even said, I think we're going to go and watch the first season again.
Oh, really? You can start again?
Yeah, it's just... they're all 3 of them. I'm so happy that Steve Martin is back and doing something that is good.
And he seems to be really enjoying it.
Yeah.
All 3 of them seem like they're absolutely loving it. And
Martin Short's not annoying.
No, he's not.
Not as much as he is in other stuff.
No.
And he's good. He's good for his character. And Selena Gomez is great as well.
Yeah, she is.
And the cameos, just...
Shirley MacLaine showed up. I thought she was...
Sting in the first year.
Rebel Wilson. No.
Amy Schumer.
Always get those 2 mixed up. Amy Schumer shows up. Shirley MacLaine.
Yeah.
I thought she'd been dead for 100 years. She's there. Looks like she's been dead 100 years, to be fair, but she shows up in that episode. It's crazy. All these like old New Yorkers, like old New York Jew women that you imagine what New Yorkers are like. Yeah. It's just exactly the sort of entertainment that you want to just get.
It's great. It's already been renewed for a 3rd season.
Excellent.
By the way.
keep it going. Keep it going forever.
Yeah.
Or as long as they can do it. It's a lot of fun. Also, this week, Better Call Saul's back
Okay,
for its final 6 episodes.
Yep.
First one of them was a 10 for me.
Fantastic.
It was brilliant.
I really, that is another one that's on my list. I need to get back
This
over
season of Better Call Saul has been chef's kiss.
Yeah.
It's that good.
Sure.
And I'm putting it out there. I think in this episode, this week, they explained why something happened in Breaking Bad.
Oh, amazing.
And
why do you only think?
Because that's how I'm interpreting it.
Oh, fine. It wasn't.
Something happened in this episode.
Out as
Something happened in this episode that explains something happened in Breaking Bad, in my
That's
opinion. And it's one of the most controversial bits of Breaking Bad. And now we seem to have an explanation for it, which is really exciting. Because Vince Gilligan at the beginning of the season said it's going to make you think differently about Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a massive claim at the time, but
Sure.
he seems to be pulling it off. Also, he seems to have gotten to the end 5 episodes too early.
Oh, okay.
So I'm intrigued to see where it's going now, because everything gets tied up nicely in a neat little bow in this episode.
That's really interesting, because I didn't mention this earlier when I was mentioning the Lincoln Lawyer, but I've got, like I said, I've got 1 episode left, and I kind of feel like, what the fuck's supposed to happen? Because I feel like it's all tied up in episode 9. So, but if you've done that with 5 episodes left, that's a real. So
the guy I sit next to at work, he's a massive Breaking Bad fan. He's also a massive Better Call Saul fan, so we talk about it quite a lot.
Yeah.
And for the last few weeks, we've been saying they've got such a lot of work to do to get Saul Goodman to be the man that he is in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And they've had 6 seasons to do it, but they've got to now do it in these last 6 episodes.
Okay.
But I feel like he did it in this one, and it's really special. It's such a good show. It's a really good show. I think that's it. Oh no, I went to the cinema.
Oh right, yeah.
I went to the cinema on, what day is it today? Wednesday. I went to the cinema on Wednesday.
Okay.
To watch Thor: Love and Thunder.
All right, yep. Thoughts?
Mm.
Yeah, I've heard
It's
this from.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's too silly. It's really
too Taika Waititi.
It's too Taika Waititi. That's exactly what I was going to say. I love Taika Waititi as a director. I think he's great. I think Jojo Rabbit's a wonderful film, but it's too much in this. The thing that makes Marvel films work is that they're really good and the action sets are really good, but then occasionally there'll be a bit of comedy that breaks that up. This goes the other way.
Okay.
There's a load of comedy with the occasional action scene that breaks it up, and it just felt too goofy to me.
Okay.
A little bit.
Well, where are you on Marvel at the minute? Because I've got to be honest, I've never been less interested.
Yeah, I think I'm burning out on it a little bit.
I've watched 1 episode of Miss Marvel.
I've got no interest in watching that.
I've watched no Moon Knight.
I never got to. Still haven't watched the finale of that. I watched all of it.
I never watched the Eternals.
Meh.
I did quite recently, because it's been on Disney Plus for a few weeks now. Watched the latest Doctor Strange.
See, I really liked that.
I didn't like it.
Okay. I get it. No, I understand
just thought
it.
this isn't doing anything for me.
Yeah.
It's fine, but I don't know if it's my fault or their fault, because I kept waiting for something really big and important to happen.
Yeah.
And I felt like just nothing ever happened. And then, I just feel at the end of all these movies, freaking, I don't know, Julie the Great turns up, and I'm like, I have no idea who you are.
Julie the Great.
Some character. I'm supposed to be impressed, and I don't really care.
I must admit, it feels like people now only go to watch them for the reveals at the end of them.
Yeah.
Like the end credit scenes.
Yeah, but that's not going to pay off for like 5 years.
Exactly.
I think if just.
I mean, the end credit scene at the end of 4 is just mind blowing, but only because of who's in it.
Yeah.
I won't give it away because it's too early, but I'll tell you afterwards.
No, I know.
Oh, you know who's in it. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. But you won't see that person again for.
No, of course you won't. 5 years.
Long time.
It's like Harry Styles being revealed at the end of the Eternals.
Yeah.
You'd never see that. That could be 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
No, I do feel like I'm burning out on it a little bit. I must admit.
Yeah.
It feels like they've hit everything.
Do you think it's because this plateau has just gone? There's no wheels in motion for the next.
No, they don't seem to be going anywhere with it.
Yeah.
It's just.
Especially when you've got, Thor is one of the OGs.
Yeah, it's the only one to have 4 films now. Four films. It's the only one to have. 4, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of, maybe because they had that pandemic gap where nothing came out. They're just shooting everything out.
But that's not true. But that's not changed the movies. Like,
no, it was
Black
intentional.
Widow was just like
they were having that break anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They just There seems to be a lot going on at the minute. I've got no interest in watching Miss Marvel. It just doesn't interest me in the slightest. I'll probably get to it eventually, but at the minute I'm not bothered.
Fair dues. Don't have to watch everything by
No,
them.
but you feel like you do, don't you? And so
Well, that's what they want.
That's what they want you to do. That's it. I think I'm all done.
Okay.
Should we do some real talk?
Let's do some real talk. What's the topic this week?
Good question. What was the topic this week?
I asked you.
Oh yeah, this was actually suggested to us by one of our Patreons.
Oh, lovely.
He suggested it as the topic, and the topic was, what is an example of a film being better than the book that it is based on?
Okay.
Which is an interesting one, I thought.
Yeah.
And jumped straight on it as soon as he suggested
It's bad for me because I have a really bad memory.
Same.
I read a lot of books and then I have to be like, oh,
It's bad for
shit,
me
is that from the
because-
book or the film? Or
It's bad for me because I only read one author. I only read Stephen King. So I did really struggle with it, I'm not going to lie. I still don't really know if
I think there's a few. If you're sticking to Stephen King, which I'm sure we might have a few answers along those lines, I think there is a few good examples of films being better than
There are,
the
yeah, but I
books.
just don't want to be that guy every week. That seemed to be at the minute. Do you want to start with the Discord?
Sure. I will start with one of our patrons, Mr. Ross Cook. He's got quite a few.
Of course, yes.
So, reverting to form,
This is Ross Cook.
American Psycho, Fight Club, and Princess Bride all do an excellent job as movies of removing the unnecessary and leaving all the good stuff. But my top pick, his official answer, is we need to talk about Kevin. The book is a real slog, and I couldn't even finish it, but I found the movie really intense and interesting.
The movie is really good, to be fair. I've never read the book, but the movie is really good. That's just appeared on Netflix not long ago. I've read Fight Club, and obviously I love that film, so I would agree with him on that one.
Yeah.
I've not read the other
It's
two.
definitely not Chuck Palahniuk's best book.
No, it's not.
I've read
Definitely not.
quite a few of his, and it's not his best. Not at all.
But it's a wonderful film.
Yeah. Okay, Samuel Holland, one of our other patrons, says, again, Fight Club and The Mist are examples where the author prefers the film than the book he has written.
Okay, there you go.
His pick... Oh no, he's done 2 picks as well.
What is wrong with people?
It's fine, you're allowed to.
You can do have as many as you want.
Sam's got 2 picks. I prefer the Lord of the Rings films because there's so much unnecessary descriptions in the books. And I also prefer the Harry Potter films to the books.
That's a controversial opinion, but that's fair.
I've never read all the Harry Potter books.
I have read them all, and I've seen them all, and I think they're both great. I'm going to stay completely on the fence.
Alex in the Discord is going with American Psycho.
Yeah, good shout.
And Smileyton in the Discord is another vote for Lord of the Rings. I've tried a few times to read the book, but I've found it too complicated. The film is much more accessible. Talking of Lord of the Rings,
Yep,
this isn't in the news. Don't know why. Watched it today though.
I've seen it as well. I watched it
Trailer
yesterday.
for
the TV
the
series.
TV series.
Stylish.
It looks great. It's the most
Good.
expensive TV show ever made in the history of mankind.
Which is crazy when you think of how expensive that last season of Stranger Things was.
Do you know what? It didn't do much for me.
No, I'm with you. It looked beautiful.
Yeah, I know, and it might be great.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I wasn't interested in The Hobbit, and I love the Hobbit book. I watched the first movie, turned me straight off.
Yeah, too much CGI. Too CGI.
I'm sure I'll give it a go. I didn't down trowel for this trailer, put it that way.
I think the thing is, Peter Jackson made those 3 films almost perfectly. And it feels like now that story's been told, and I don't really feel like I need any backstory or any history of anything more to it, because those 3 films are that good.
Well, you're getting it.
I'm getting it. I don't have to watch it, but I'm getting it.
That's about it in the Discord for Real Talk.
Excellent. I've got a couple. I've got a few on Instagram.
Okay.
One I'm going to take issue with. Ollie has said it is not a film, but I have to say Game of Thrones. Fair enough, it's not a film. But
I don't think anyone can argue with the sentiment.
I've known Ollie for a while now, and I'm pretty sure he's not read Game of Thrones, but hey ho, we'll find out.
What? No one has. No,
It's not even got an ending yet. And your good lady wife messaged us on Instagram.
Yeah.
With the 2 words that she said, Shutter Island.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
It is interesting because she's never been more wrong.
I remember liking the book, but I've only read it once, and it's so long ago. I genuinely can't.
I remember you lending me the book when we lived together.
Yeah,
and that's nearly 20 years ago. So, but I don't like that film at all. I really didn't like it.
I don't think the movie is as clever as it thinks it is.
Yeah.
I just can't remember how good the book is. That's why
I remember really enjoying the book at the time, and I remember really not enjoying the film. So I'm going to, unfortunately, as much as I love Your Good Lady Wife, I'm going to have to disagree with her.
That's fine. You're allowed to.
As terrifying as that is, because she's a terrifying woman. I think that's it. I don't think we had any on the...
I gave one on Instagram.
On the tweets, did you?
Yeah, you don't have to read it. I just
know
want
how
to
to
prove
do
that it
Instagram
went
then.
through.
Let me see.
And that I can use some form of social media correctly. Oh!
I don't know who that is or why he's not half naked on my screen.
There's a aged gentleman
There's an aged gentleman in a sauna on my phone, and I don't know why.
I did not submit that.
Are you sure? Because that's what's popped up.
Although that film does sound better than the book.
I can't find if you have messaged us where that's gone.
Right.
I apologise.
I definitely did.
Okay.
Like last time I tried it, you found it 3 weeks later.
Oh, I need to give a shout out to our good friend Mark. He has messaged us the last few weeks on Twitter,
right,
and we haven't read any of them out.
Oh.
And it turns out it's because we weren't following him and his tweets are protected.
Oh, okay.
So we weren't seeing them. So he messaged me in the week and he's like, "You've not read any of my tweets out. What have I done wrong?" And it's like, I went onto his profile and his tweets a lot. So I do need to apologise to him. I've missed for his performance, best performance he's ever seen. He went with Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight.
Okay. Fine.
I can't remember.
Have you fixed that technological problem?
We now follow him on Twitter and we can now read his tweets, yes. So apologies to him.
That's fine. Anyway, wherever the hell were we? Shall I do mine? You do yours.
I'll do mine quickly because the only one I could think of is a film that I mentioned last week, which was Misery, because I really don't like that book.
Fine.
But I really do.
I think you should be banned from having like the same answer.
I know, and it sucks. It really sucks, but I only read Stephen King. And so there are other Stephen King films out there.
Would you not say that, I mean, does it count as a book if it's only a short story? The Shawshank Redemption is better than the short story?
Yeah, of course it is. 100% is.
Stand By Me is better than
Stand By Me is 100% better than The Body. The Green Mile film's better than the Green Mile book. So, yeah, maybe. There's a few.
Yeah.
Because people don't realise how big some of Stephen King... People think of a Stephen King film, they think of like cheap, crap film that's worse than the book. But some of the best films of all time are Stephen. The Shining is probably a better film than the book if people are being serious about it.
It's very different.
They're completely different. Yeah, it's completely different.
That is an interesting
But
one.
things like The Shawshank Redemption, Stand By Me, The Shining, Green Mile, they're classed as some of the best films of all time.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're only based on short stories. So most of them are. So, yeah, but I if I'm being honest, I would have to go with Misery because I really don't like that book.
Okay,
I think it drags.
I found this really difficult, by the way.
Yeah, it is really tough.
Because I didn't really start thinking about it for the first couple of days, by which time most of the answers that came in were the ones that I was thinking of.
Yeah, I think Lord of the Rings is a great shout.
No, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. Until I remembered that I had read a few years ago the book that's the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit is based on.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that was based on a book.
It's Who Censored Roger Rabbit.
Right.
And it's just a detective story. And obviously, it's fine, but it's not a movie starring Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Daffy Duck.
Are any of them in it?
No, because it's all obviously Roger Rabbit, isn't it? No,
Yeah.
all that cross
Promotional
company stuff, none of that's in it. And for that reason, I was like, yeah, that's my answer.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit is such a wonderful film.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful film. I did not know that was based on a book.
Yep.
I'm going to have to search that out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good one.
Who Censored Roger Rabbit is the book.
I will check it out.
Go and have a look.
Excellent.
Good.
Done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real talk is done.
Real talk is done.
Before we head off,
Yep.
and then go and talk about the trip on Thursday, I do have a game.
Excellent. We've not
for
done a
us to
game for
play.
ages.
I've got very little battery left on my phone, so we might have to go a little bit quickly, but that's fine. We like to live on the edge.
Do you want to plug it in?
No, we'll be all right.
Sure.
Yeah. So I will fully admit I came up with a name for this game first.
Brilliant.
So
most of the best quiz shows in the world do.
So this week, because as we mentioned, the trip is a Norwegian film, we are playing a game called Norway or No Way.
Nice.
In which I have the English translation of some Norwegian place names.
Okay, right.
And you have to tell me, is this a real place?
Yep.
Norway. Or made up?
Norway.
No way.
Okay. That sounds fun. I'm excited
Okay.
for this. Yep, I get it.
So they've been translated into English.
Yep.
Let's see how we go. I've got
Cool.
5.
Deal.
The first one is shit porridge.
Shit porridge?
Yeah.
What? Why would you call a place shit porridge? Norway. No. No.
It's Norway.
It's Norway.
There's a place called Lortgrauten,
Yeah.
which translates in English to shit porridge.
Brilliant. Where you going on holiday? Shit porridge.
Okay, good.
I'm getting the feel for this game now.
Okay, next one.
Yep.
Don't fucking live here.
I mean, the Norwegians have got a good sense of humour. No, that's not real. No.
It is not real. Correct. 1-1. Okay, next one. Sperming River Canyon.
Sperming River Canyon?
Yeah.
That's real.
It is real. It's Norway. It's... Oh my God, I've done myself over here. It is a place called Sadingsdragdrenken.
Okay, you don't want to be drinking it.
That's... That's 2-1. 2-1.
2-1, yes.
Okay, next one. Fucking hole.
That's where we live. Fucking hole. Yeah, real.
It is real.
Wow.
Fein Sholot.
Fucking hole. We're learning Norwegian here, people.
And the last one. Beware yellow snow.
No, you've made that
No,
up.
I have made that.
That's completely from your head.
It's no way. You did well there.
4-1.
Bad start, and then they
I
steamrolled
didn't get the
through.
feel for it until afterwards.
Oh, I do kind of want to go to Lortgrauten.
Yeah, me too. It's that shit porridge.
Yeah, shit porridge.
I want to go to the Sperming River Canyon or whatever it was called.
Sadingsdragdrenken.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah.
Let's go there. Why have we just done a game on Norway?
Because on Thursday, we're talking about The Trip, which is a Norwegian movie, presumably set in Norway.
Yep.
It's full of Norwegians. It's got a few Swedes in
A
it.
couple of Swedes.
And
It's got Noomi Rapace in it.
yeah, she's a very famous Swede.
This film's called The Trip because this film is a trip.
It is.
It's a journey.
Done
We're going
my
on a journey.
one-word review for me.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I don't as if I've thought that far ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting episode. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about this one, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
A lot of fun stuff happens in this film and some not so fun stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, come back on Thursday and we'll talk to you about The Trip.
I would say go and watch it. I don't always say
100%.
go and watch the movies because some of them are terrible. I'm not going to say whether I thought this was good or bad yet.
Either way, it needs watching.
I think you'll have a time
Yeah.
if you watch The Trip.
Yeah, you'll have a trip for definite. There's a lot of stuff going on in it. It's going to be a trip to get through it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on. But we'll do it. That's what we're here for. So
It is.
come back on Thursday. And
What made us famous.
Absolutely. Come back on Thursday and we'll talk to you about The Trip.
Cheers.
Bye.